It is time for simp art.
For simp art? No, I think it autocorrected exactly how it should have. Oh, I'm not muted. It's fine.
Hello.
That's fine. Hi, hello everyone. Huh. Yeah, I should have guessed that, but like, still weird. I'm looking up. Okay. Hold on. Let me lower the volume a little bit. I'm looking for reference of Martyn's limited life skin. So I type in the Littlewood, Mean Gills, and then got jump scared by my own art.
I have been here for so long.
Oh my gosh. We've got D, who's been subbed for 28 months, and Scarlett, who's been here for 32 months. Song in the background? Oh, this is the new Florence and the Machine song. It's called Everybody Scream. It's really good. Guess we're going here a bit early. Hi. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. But yeah, I got jump scared because I was just like, yeah, let me find. Ow. Oh, it didn't even hit me. That's fine. Hi, Birdie. Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let me go to the. We're gonna listen to some fun Minecraft stuff. Oh, geez. I didn't think people would be eating things at me. Oh, that's not what I meant. There we go. All right. All right, now it should be hitting me correctly. Yes, there we go. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. I do have water. Okay, so let me just clear some things out. I'm going to be a bit out of breath during stream. So if you guys hear me sort of gasping for breath a little bit, well, as the title suggests, my ribs are trying to kill me. I have hypermobility, and because of that, my joints like dislocating a lot. And so most of the time, if I have rib problems, the ribs will pop out. But every once in a while, they'll pop inwards, and it makes it really difficult to breathe like that. So sometimes if I talk too much, I might have to pause, because I really can't breathe in too deeply. So I do apologize for any gasping and panting. I'm in pain. I've taken pain meds, but there isn't really much I can do. Other than just say fuck it, we ball. But anyways, let's scooch over real quick, because let me tell you, going on Google, typing in Martyn in the Littlewood, Mean Gills, and seeing this as the third result definitely jump scared me. This is still one of my favorite pieces. I'm gonna be so honest. This is like one of my favorite pieces of Life series art that I've ever done. One day I will give it a redraw. But I really do love how it turned out. Get back. Get a virtual butt smack. Do not spank my ribs. That's a weird fucking thing I just said. Please no one take that out of context. Yeah, my ribs are trying to kill me. These are just things that happen. No, don't clip it. Be nice to me. But anyways. Yeah, so today we're gonna be working on a little bit of Martyn art. Cause spoilers, obviously we're like almost a week past. If you haven't somehow seen, Martyn is the one who won Past Life. Good for him, 2-time winner. Very, very, very happy for him. But I had a fun composition idea for some fan art, so we're gonna do that. Rib spanking, a new flavor of weird Twitch chat interaction. I don't like that. My thing, and this is a little gruesome. It's that I need to be able to get underneath my ribs and pop my rib back into place like that. Unfortunately, I have this thing called skin and organs in the way, and I think that is mean. Grian has not won twice. No. Oh, Almond, why? Scott only technically won twice. If we're talking like actual Life series, yeah, if we're talking main series and not their single session sillies of Simple Life and Real Life, Martyn is the only 2-time winner. Okay. They count. Cleo won. Okay, no. Cleo is the only one who I will absolutely say, yes, their victory counts. But repeat winners in the silly spin-off ones, I don't count them. I'm gonna be so honest. I do not count them. Cleo, however, I do think absolutely won. And I love that everyone includes Cleo in the victor's art, and I think that's excellent, and I want Cleo to win a full series as well. I do, however, think that there will be an obnoxious part of the community that'll be really fucking mean about it if they win, which they can go log off and touch grass. Yeah, Martyn deserves actual credit for being the first double winner. Yeah, Cleo's win is entirely valid. I agree with that. But the repeat victors from the like I said, I mean, I don't have to repeat myself. Pearl had such a rough run. Yeah. Jimmy getting like, he got 4th, right? He's never, if he ever wins the Life series, he is going to be the most rightfully, mind you, insufferable person. I do think he should get exactly 1 win. Exactly 1, and then the next season to be the first one out again. That's what I want. That's all I want. Also, the thing we are currently listening to, VOD watchers, you can't hear it, of course, but the thing we are currently listening to is new album that Minecraft put out. Some of them are good. Some of them are this. But yeah, it's just a bunch of remixes of other like existing music in the game, and they're really fun. It's a nice little bit of hyperpop, you know? 5 lives in one episode. Yeah. The only time that had ever happened before was with Scar during Last Live. And I love that. Oh, also, who here watches Scar's POV? Because I need him to stop that. I need him to stop that. I've already been emotionally invested with one brown-haired man who has an affinity for sunflowers. I cannot be invested in two. That hand is way too big. Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. Scar, put your shirt back on. Listen. And I've had this discussion with Ronnie a couple of times because, you know, we always like talking about is like, yeah, if we were ever to try and get some of our like Minecraft watcher friends into something like the Life series or into just like getting into this group of creators, what would be the thing that we would make them watch? And I always say it has to be either Scar or Grian's POV from Third Life, because I think that is the absolute essence of like what this group can be. Evil Anvil songs? Oh, yes. I was like, wait a sec. I know that name. It's like, yes, but I'm talking like, what is the piece of actual content? I wouldn't, if it was, okay, because you know, it's things like, yeah, if I wanted to get my friend into a certain series, I'd show them the fan art, I'd show them a fic, I'd show them, but it's like, there are some things you can't really do that with. And especially with the way fandom is these days, you definitely can't do that anymore unless it's specifically, you are here to get your friend into fandom and not into the series. You know what I mean? Like, there is a difference about that. I don't know what I'm doing with that hand. That's just temporary. It's fine. But for something like introducing this group of fuckos to people who have no context for them, I do honestly think introducing them via the Life series is a great way of doing it. 1, because it's short, and 2, because it's like, yeah, let's see who these people really are when all the cards are down. When they're having fun for the sake of fun without real care of like, oh, you know, we have to blah 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 or whatever, and it's just like, no. Because you get to see the descent of like, oh, we're all having a fun thing here, to I have to plan that I have enough gunpowder and sand and paper. I have to be ready for all of these things. Like, watching truly, because I recently-ish had a rewatch of Third Life. And it was just that thing of like, I was so enthralled with, because I knew how it ended, And I think that's one of the fun things of it is you know how this is going to end. It is always going to end in the same way. But that first season, when none of them knew if this was going to be a thing that would ever take off, if people would be interested in the slightest, and it turned into what it is now. I just think that's real neat. You know, this is entirely from like a creator standpoint. I think that shit's neat as hell. Now, for Martyn's past life design, I am entirely going to be basing off Cherry Fire's thumbnails because they did something absolutely devious. Let me show you guys if you need a little bit of a reminder, or if you don't watch Martyn in the Littlewood. This is Martyn's finale thumbnail. Note what he is wearing. Right? Okay, right? Now, what could that possibly be? What could that possibly... Cherry Fire, when I get you, Cherry Fire. Yeah, it's such a small little addition that I was like, oh my god, no, Cherry, you're so big brain for that. That's devastating. So I'm definitely sharing a screenshot of when they got to learn. Wait, did they? Hold up. Hold on. Hold on, I'm looking. It might be on their Twitter. They don't post as much too. Oh, was it on Tumblr? Well, if someone wants to find it and then send it in chat, I would highly appreciate that. Ah, thank you. Okay, don't freak out. Yeah. Silk Song tomorrow. Why didn't it play? I heard a thing and then it just didn't read it out. Yes. Thank you for the resub, honey. This is so fucking funny.
Silk Song tomorrow aero dance.
What the? That was an insane delay. What? Woof. Honestly, this music, not the vibe. Let's put on. Where's my liminal? There you are. Intense vibe shift, but it's fine. But yeah, I have thought a lot about the Life series. It is a very, very fun little thing that they do. And I like thinking about the logistics of media that I consume. Is it because I've been in multiple spots in the entertainment industry? Maybe. Shut up. One of my things is trying to get the silhouette to look right for this is a struggle. Okay, hold on. I think what I might do is have him wear it around his waist instead. Just sort of like tied. Kind of like that. It is weird. But like it makes sense. Time is soup. Time is soup right now. It's a thing of like honestly so much has happened over this past little bit. Just in the, like things are happening internationally. Things are there's a lot of shift in societal stuff, and a lot of the time it ends up feeling like time just goes by at a snail's pace, yet light speed. I don't know about you guys, but that is definitely what it's been feeling like for me. It's hard to keep track of how fast things go sometimes. Not sure if this music is the vibe either. Hold on. Wait a second. Where is Phil's playlist? Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. All right.
Ogie, you're forgetting one very important thing.
Oh,
here.
that's a good
I don't know, but you're
point.
definitely forgetting it.
There we go. That is definitely more the vibe. All right. Thank you for the save reminder. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, actually, did you guys hear about the thing that Hermitcraft is doing this month? Because this month is going to be the last month of the current season. They're doing a big old guest event. And they're inviting like 10 creators or something. Yeah, like Scar is bringing H-Bomb. Joe Hills is bringing Jamal, which honestly not a crossover I ever expected to happen. So that was super cool. Who else? Cleo's bringing Scott over. Yeah, we got a bunch of people that are going to be like touring around the server and stuff on the 20th specifically. So that is exciting. Did I shuffle around my D&D schedule just to make sure that I could be there to watch it? Yes. I don't know what I want this hand to do. Yes, Joel is specifically inviting Jimmy, which makes sense. That's a bit better, I guess. Well, we'll go like this and then like that. There we go. He could. However, I'm doing for anyone who doesn't know, Martyn has lore about his character and stuff. So I'm doing very much fragment protected lore. Just for funsies. Yeah, eyes and ears AU, yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right. So I'm gonna be doing some of the lines on him as well. Lore. Oh, we're getting ads in a second. So we'll be back in about a minute. So don't worry. We'll be right back. I'm gonna keep working on this. Don't worry. We're still gonna be here when you all go. Okay. But yeah. Essentially what I wanted to do is we have regular schmegular past life, and then we have, oh wait, it goes this way. There we go. I'll be there. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I want to do Limited Life, Mean Gill's version behind him, reflected though, because all of this is actually going to be like shards of glass, like exploding out. Kind of like, you know, just cool shit, right? And then, but in the reflection, it's going to be Limited Life. My thing is how accurate reflection do I want it to be? Oh, hell yeah. I hope the interview went well. You have a follow-up? Hell yeah. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Hold on. I still need to... Seriously? Where is it? There we go. Thank you, Skindex. Isn't it nuts? Like, genuinely though, isn't it nuts how MCYT fan artists are just like, oh, a series of very, very pixelated, of like super pixelated characters. Yeah, I can turn this into like super realistic style art. Sure. I'm not saying my style is realistic, but it's still definitely the like, yeah, I can interpret this as being like a humanoid character that I can draw into super angsty situations. Yeah, that's easy. Shit's nuts. Oh yeah, Sabira's no, it's pronounced Sabra. Her art is insane, and it makes sense. I know exactly which college she went to, and yeah, they only accept that level of quality to that illustration program. So it's the like, it's not surprising, but it's still so damn impressive. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just the like, listen, some people are simply crafted alternatively. And I love being able to like follow their art journeys and stuff. There's nothing there's nothing funnier to me than finding like a small artist that is just getting started, and it's like maybe they're still not super confident in their art, but it very much feels like, yep, I'm investing in this artist early because I can see the fucking potential. And you're going to blossom into an incredible artist, and I can't wait to watch it. I smell greatness within you. What does greatness smell like, chat? That's a question. What do you think it actually smells like? And I'm not talking, oh, it smells like blood, sweat, and tears. No. What do you think it smells like? Mangoes, cheese, mint. I think greatness / success, I think that smells. I want to say it smells like something cold. Sweet but metallic. Metallic. I was gonna say it smells. I think it smells like. Has anyone been able to smell just raw metals before? Once they've cooled into like a bar or into like a sheet or something like that, and it just has this sharp but cold smell. I think that's what it could smell like. Sure. Good enough. Costco freezer room. That's that's pretty close actually. There's an artist I've been following since the Dream SMP age, and gosh, her art has evolved wonderfully over the years. Oh, absolutely. There are still some artists that I follow that it's just like, yeah, I followed you from like Dream SMP. I followed you from Voltron, and seeing their art and how it's evolved is just the most like, wow. So impressive. Like, for anyone who is into Voltron, do you guys remember Ikimaru? Wow, the subtitles actually got it correctly. But yeah, like Ikimaru, I've been following them since the beginning of Voltron, and I still follow them, and their art has gotten so good. And it's that thing of like, they're the only reason why it's like, if suddenly there is Voltron art on my timeline, it'll most of the time just be Ikimaru doing their thing. And it's just that like, you know what? You get a free pass because the art is always fire. All right. We have the concept. Yes. Yes. Now, the real thing is, this is going to be basically non-existent. And I need to figure out... how the glass is going to break. It's like, what is the impact? Where is the impact, you know? Is the Clance artist? Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I was never into Clance that much, but I still read it. I still like the art. I still drew it a little bit, but it wasn't like my main one, you know? Anyways, I think impact's coming from, you know, around the head / around the ears. Hardy har har.
Hello.
Hello! Yeah, and then in front it won't be as obvious, I don't think.
Watch your posture. Keep those boots
Okay.
tucked in.
Hey now. Hey
Ogie,
now.
you're forgetting one very important thing.
And
here.
thank
What's
you for the
that?
save
I don't know, but
reminder.
you're definitely forgetting it.
Rude. Yeah, the real question is how, because there are many different ways that glass can shatter. Thank you. Ooh. I like this shape. I cannot show you my browser for the sake of my sanity. But like this shape is real nice. If I kind of go like this and then flip, I can use this as reference, you know? Kind of like that. But yeah, glass has a lot of fascinating little shapes in it when it breaks. Because there's a difference between something like a this is a good example. For something like a dent, which this is a thing you'll see with like modern glass, where it has this like, you know, this was very much hit by a ball or something, but it still maintains structural integrity. Versus when it's not as elastic and then it'll break like that, you know? We want something that has an actual break impact. Glass is definitely one of those things that I think I was asked to animate all of once while I was working, and then it was just please never make me do that again. Yeah, this one also works. Just gonna put this down here, have these two as reference. Yay! Okay. We're gonna have this as a guide. We're gonna have it change colors. There we go. Yeah. It's all art is just shapes, but also sometimes you want to make the shapes look real good. It's always just shapes. And that always just sounds like bullshit. But I promise it is always just shapes. All science is wiggles, exactly. God, I fucking hate my ribs right now. I just want to be able to breathe. Wow, this song, okay. I want to add some gaps. Because that's the thing is, I don't want it to be entirely like I want there to be some missing bits, you know? And they just realized they're inside of capers. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Pain gets too rough, I can always make stream end. No! Please don't make stream end. I promise I'm fine. I promise. Oh, wait, I know how I can do this for the actual finish. I can use basically like a clipping mask. And that'll just be what shows. Yes, I like it. Picasso. Please don't steal my ribs. They hold important organs like my lungs and my heart. Also, a little bit of my stomach. But mostly my lungs and heart. Damn, my dumbass was really gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna hand draw this. I'll just hand draw all of this. Goodness gracious. Sometimes my brain likes to revert to working hard, not smart, and forgets that I have the power of technology, and then I'll just make stupid decisions and make my art far more difficult than it needs to be when I am working digitally. No, where is it? It's there. Artist masochism instinct. Oh, that is a great way of describing it. Oh my gosh. Listen, sometimes we just want to make it harder for ourselves for no given reason other than the fact that it's like, well, yeah, this makes sense in my brain to make it like 18 times more difficult, right? Now, I do want to have some part of it still be like a solid sheet, sort of. But like, only some of it. Still want to have some, like, spidery... So some of the edges being a little chipped, I think, is going to be fun. Some of the edges are going to have little bit of 3D volume to them, just a little. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, like we're catching this at the moment of shattering, you know? Yeah, something like this. There we go. Something like that. That looks sick. I really hope it turns out as well as I'm imagining. Okay. Quick stretch break. Okay. Everyone, make sure you're stretching and drinking water. And make sure the last time you eat wasn't 7 hours ago. Unless you have just woken up, in which case that's okay. Oh my god. Why is talking so difficult? This sucks. This sucks. I hate I hate my ribs. It's so rude and unnecessary and quite frankly homophobic. And I think my ribs should get canceled because they're being homophobic. Alright, let's do that. And let's do some liner. Ooh. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Okay. Sorry, I accidentally curved messed with the curves on my brush. Oh my gosh. All right, we're good. We're back. That scared the shit out of me. All right. And move back to these. Listen, Martin has an anime ass aesthetic. And so obviously I gotta give him anime ass hair. I don't make the rules. I simply abide by what has been placed in the world. Martyn has an anime ass? Sure. Don't give him butt hair. What? Not on this platform. No. Martyn in Thy Little Wood is not a character who I wish to imagine with any of that. Scar has the anime boobs. I mean, okay, no, that's just canon though. There's a difference. There is a difference of you know, completely doing your own thing and coming up with, you know, when people are just like, I see this character that exists. I'm going to actually give them a massive fucking rack and an ass that won't quit.
Meow, 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 no one
Oh,
from this Martyn
hello.
art already meow anyway. Hi bestie, meow, 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 meow.
But yeah, there are far too many, you know, artists in the community that I'm not talking about MTYT, I'm talking about fan artists who will see a character and be like, you know what this character needs? A massive rack. And it's just that, like, okay, I mean, you guys are having fun. You can continue having fun. I don't really care. But for me personally, considering that I honestly, the second I started treating MCYT creators and their, you know, and like who they play as on servers as basically D&D characters, it was the second that I was like, oh, actually, yeah, okay, I'm seeing sort of the way that, like, because a lot of I mean, you guys know, a lot of creators have had to be like, hey, stop drawing NSFW art of my Minecraft character. That's weird and I don't like it. The second that it's sort of like, I don't want to say occurred to me, but the second it sort of clicked of just like, yeah, these guys basically see their like MCYT Sonas or whatever the fuck, their little personalities that they put on when they're creators and stuff like that. It's very much a personal extension of themselves. And that shit can be real weird when people start acting real fucked up and weird about that. You know, at least that's how I see it. I gotta ramble again. I got on a ramble again. Okay, but Optimus Prime artists, there's a difference. Again, this is the thing of why I am A-okay with any of you guys drawing full NSFW of any of the Skyfell characters. That is because they are fictional characters that were made to be very specifically fun little dolls to play with. As opposed to if one of you guys just suddenly draws one of my main Sonas in full NSFW, I might feel a little weird about that. You know? It's just the level of how personal this thing is to you. You know? What do you mean I've done it? I've summoned Martyn. Most of my D&D characters. Yeah, exactly. They're like an extension of you. Yeah, and that, like, for me, at very least, mind you, this isn't with all D&D characters. There are absolutely some D&D characters that's like, no, please do. Absolutely draw some spicy stuff or whatever you want to draw with. Like, absolutely go for it. But then there's others that it's just like, actually, that doesn't make me feel great. Can you not do that? You know? So it's there are so many times, and especially, mind you, I have the added layer when it comes to very specifically Minecraft. No, actually, and also Critical Role at very least is I have worked with these creators. So it's there's an extra layer of it of just the like, hey, I know that you guys aren't really comfortable with this. So I don't really want to draw that because I don't feel like making people who I have worked with uncomfortable, you know? Yeah, so again, D&D characters is like my personal example just because my D&D characters are very personal to me. And I have unfortunately been burned a couple times with some bad campaigns that have then like ruined the characters for me. But yeah, so say like my Sona is actually a great example then in that case where it's just like, yeah, this is just disconnected enough from me that it's not really me. However, if someone from my community would make NSFW of my Sona, I might feel a bit weird about it. Mind you, I'm also a creator, an artist who draws spicy stuff. So it's also just the like, I don't really care. Because it's also the like, yeah, but also I don't really mind. Like, they can do whatever they want. I don't know. I grew up in that era of fandom where it's just like, your kink is not my kink and that's okay. Type of a mentality. So I'm in a weird gray area, but if we're going back to like a massive public creator, like any sort of MCYT creator that are very specifically like either 13 plus / PG. Yeah, I understand. I get it. Also, it's very weird to be shipped with your friends. So there's that added layer too. If you and your friends aren't absolutely down for that, that shit's weird. That shit feels weird. The difference between this is me / an extension of me versus this is my little guy that I'm sharing specifically for people to shake around and do whatever with. You fucking get it. Said so well, artist. Yeah, it is very much this is an extension of me versus this is my little Blorbo. Have fun with my little Blorbo, you know? Oh my god. Pearl has had to how many times say, hey guys, I'm straight and I'm in a relationship with a man. Because as soon as people got, because when she first joined, the problem wasn't that whether or not she was straight. The problem was whether or not her and Grian were fucking together, which is insane. And now it's nope, guys, I'm not with Jem either. I'm not in a relationship with any of the hermits. I'm in a relationship with my partner. And it's like, the fact that you gotta do that shit, actually unhinged. Actually fucking unhinged. Yeah, no, like, damn it, I didn't want this to turn into another Fox rambles about problems with fandom. But like, these are past behaviors that unfortunately sometimes just sort of repackage themselves and then rehash. I don't want it to be my brand. Oh yeah, Karn is a delight to watch. But that's kind of the thing is there's this very parasocial culture, unfortunately, that I think MCYT is such a seedbed for, because it loves towing that line of exactly the, yeah, I'm playing as basically a character, but this is basically just me, right? And then you get weirdos in the mix, and then you get weirdo fans in the mix, and it sucks. And it's just like, guys, can't we just be normal? Can't we just be normal about these people? I don't know. I got off of the parasocial high horse that a lot of, I mean, mind you, this is also a problem with a lot of younger people too, but yeah, it sucks. That is so sweet of you to say, artist. Yeah, it's the gosh, is it obvious that I think about these things a lot? Because I'm a creator and I see this a lot in creator spaces. And so like I try really hard to put it into words. I'm not trying to the thing though, and here's the biggest thing. The reason I really don't like talking about this is because I am fully aware that there are going to be people that'll pop into my stream, hear what I'm saying, take it completely out of context, and try and turn that shit on me. You know? When am I gonna have a podcast? God, no. Streams are my podcast. That's the thing. The second I try and do a podcast, it's gonna be far too scripted for it to be in any way genuine. And that's not what I'm about. If I want to do a podcast, it'll be very specifically to, oh my God, no. You know what? And you can clip this. The only time I will ever put out a podcast is if it is radio style storytelling and it is about my comic characters. That is the only time I will ever do that. When it is a specific thing that is just about, when it is very specifically about, like, I'm going to do, like, little side stories. Like, I get voice actors to get in on it. I'll do, like, Foley work and shit. That is the only way I will ever put out a podcast. That's it. But yeah, that, anything else is just that, no, I have streams for a reason. If people want to hear me ramble about this, that, and the other, they can come watch my streams. Okay, wait. I need to catch up. Hold up. Kian, that is exactly it. Flanderized is, I keep forgetting that is a term, and it is such a good one, too. Also, don't worry, baby, that's why you got mods for sniping. Like, I know there's mods for sniping, but that's only just in the moment. Because you know how a lot of these people who will like to come into streams, take things out of context, they'll come in completely unannounced. They won't say a goddamn thing in chat. They'll catch me on a rant. And then suddenly there's a clip circulating of, oh, this artist is problematic, because the people who are making this are children. Like, the people who make those sort of clips are are children. And unfortunately, sometimes it's not even just age range children. It's just people who, they haven't quite matured out of pandemic fandom mentality. Where it's just utmost toxic behavior. of fandom. And it sucks to see because every once in a while I never see it in person. I have very much curated my my social media that I never see that sort of garbage. I only ever hear about it. Hold on. Ow. Anyways. Yeah, listen. There is now finally research about the near mass psychosis, and I use that in its actual medical term. The mass psychosis that happened during that first bit of lockdown during the pandemic, during the height of the pandemic in 2020. Because let's all be clear, the pandemic is still fucking going. People just like to ignore it. But everyone was locked indoors. No one except for, let's be honest, the people who were already stuck indoors knew how to cope with it. And it was just this massive thing of suddenly ordinary people who had never been exposed to any form of fandom before were getting into fandom. Except they didn't know any of the manners. They didn't know any of the unspoken rules of how to be kind in fandom. And with fandom, how it had been heavily declining since, like, I want to say, specifically modern fandom. Fandom has always been messy, but modern fandom, the way it had been declining since, I want to say, Avengers, the first Avengers movie came out, when Homestuck was first, like, at its fucking peak, Sword Art Online, like, that era. It had been making a pretty harsh nosedive since then. Like, look at what happened with Steven Universe, all of these things. And it's just that thing of, like, it came to an absolute peak during the pandemic, I think. And a lot of people who didn't know how to cope were suddenly trying to co-opt coping mechanisms that a lot of people had formed unhealthily anyways, and then trying to make that work. Yeah, fandom etiquette is absolutely on life support, and that is really, really tragic. Because fandom can be such a genuinely lovely space. I would know. I've experienced good fandom spaces before. But unfortunately, then you get a bunch of people who shit stirring is the only thing they know how to do in fandom. And all they will do is just complain. And then suddenly, once the complaining isn't enough, they'll start pointing fingers. And then you'll get alt-right pipeline shit getting in there. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And the way that I hear, specifically, because those are the only people who are brave enough to talk about it. But the way that the Lifers and the Hermitcraft cast talk about their fans with such genuine, like, oh, those are our kids, huh?
Oh, you're forgetting one very important thing here.
What's that?
Thank you,
I don't know, but you're definitely forgetting it.
There's just such a unfortunate, like, the way they talk about their in-person fans versus their online fans is so different. And it's that thing of, like, yeah, fandom culture is not good these days, and people have gotten far too comfortable in some ways. There we go. Oh. We're taking a break. Alright. We're getting there. It's looking good. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break, gang. I will be back in a little sec. I remember seeing people complaining about Martyn and Ren teaming up and being like, what? Yeah, okay. We'll get back to it after this quick little break. Enjoy some... Let's enjoy some clips, shall we? I'm probably going to be humiliated by the first one that plays. But anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and take a stretch. If I ever join, we just roll a dodgeball target. Oh my gosh, I have to do that. I think that's, you know what? For the eventual, and you can clip this, for the eventual Skyfell Discord server. I actually did this for the Skyfell Discord server. I actually put this in. For it. There is going to be a role you can opt into called dodgeball targets, and that is going to be the role that you get when you want access to the theories board. So when people want to do theorizing and stuff, they have to take the dodgeball targets role, and that way they can like join in on the theorizing. And then people being like, oh yeah, go watch Foxology. I recommend their streams. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you for the biddies. Add insult to injury. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies, Mitch. I got a concussion.
Oh, hey. There's a scroll of summon croissant.
Oh. Summon what?
Summon croissant.
Croissant?
Good.
Solo coming quasit, okay? Solo summon
Croissant.
quasit, not croissant.
Croissant.
Pan, I just
please
sent you
clip
some
that.
spell scrolls. Someone please
I'm-
clip that.
I
I will absolutely just yeet this VOD into oblivion. Don't test me. Nope, wait, fuck, nope. Can't have a lick. Nope, no. Oh no. I may have found
Not the cum blood.
an issue of the fact that Issa has white blood.
Not the cum blood.
Uh-oh.
I love that clip so much still. I'm being totally transparent. That is still one of my favorite clips that has ever happened. Because I had in the back of my head just like a little nagging feeling of like, this might not work if I make her blood white. Because like visually, I have aphantasia, right? So like, back of my head, it's just like, yeah, blood is going to be like a, as if you broke a glow stick or something, and I'll make it white because of reasons. Sometimes mental idea doesn't translate as well to visual. Sometimes. And you just kind of got to be okay with it. You kind of just got to be okay with sometimes things don't work out. Make that toe a bit smaller. Listen, I had a fun idea for the first like protagonist of this group, and then I didn't think it through. Chinese censorship treatment. Oh god. It really did. Yeah, it's if I could go back and like maybe practice on how to make glow stick juice look in like better. Cause like genuinely. And glow stick. Oh, that's a musician. Broken Glow Sticks is a musician? That's hilarious. But yeah, this is literally on the Pinterest mood board for Issa. This was the idea, that it would like glow blue. Unfortunately, that didn't really work. So now it glows like reddish. Yeah, it's that thing too of like, listen, one of my favorite effects that I ever got to work on the first
Hi,
production. Oh my gosh, Catnip! Thank you so much for the resub. Okay, but one of the first effects that I got to work on when I was actually properly hired to be an effects animator at a no longer existing studio, which makes me real sad. I got to work on this show called I actually don't want to say the name of the show because I don't want to bring too much attention. But basically, I got to draw the effects of this really gross slime mucus. And I did it so well that my animation supervisor literally came to my desk and was like, "Hey, Ants, what the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Oh, does it not look good?" And I was like, "No, it looks too good. I am disgusted. That looks so gross." And I'm like, "Is that a good thing?" And he was like, "Yes, it's great, but also like, are you okay with maintaining this quality? Because like our turnaround has to be real fast." And I was like, "Dude, that took me like 3 hours." And he was just like, "Oh, sick, disgusting, keep it up." And it's still one of my favorite compliments I ever got from any boss I have ever had, of just the, "What the fuck is this? This is disgusting. You're doing amazing." But yeah, it's just real funny. Wait, can I draw this correctly? Jeez Louise. But yeah, it's that thing of like, okay, who here has been aware of a person called That One Animator? Yes, that is the username. Who did like a learning to animate and animating every single day. And he's a 3D artist and was doing Legend of Zelda stuff, right? He was doing this over on TikTok and a little bit, I think, on his YouTube as well. And basically, the entire comment section, every single one, was just like, "Hey, have you ever heard the story of Der Pixin?" And it's just like, basically a whole month of this person getting so much traction on his beginning 3D animations, which look great, by the way.
And the entire comment section every single day, like, so what are you doing for day 34? Have you heard about Derpixen? Think of all the money, etc., etc. Just basically people being like, hey, you should be the next Derpixen. Now, I don't know if any of you actually know who Derpixen is. I hesitate to mention her work here on Twitch because it is very spicy. But they are a wonderful animator, and I mean that like with so much respect in my heart. Genuinely, it's when the animation is so good, you gotta like actually lock the fuck in because it's like, wow, this is so well done. They're a very famous NSFW animator. They got very popular very quickly because of basically the exact same thing of that one animator, what he did. And basically, how did I get on this? I had a point to this. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Basically, if I ever tried to do that like 30, like animating every single day, and I started getting people in my comments being like, have you ever heard of Derpixen? All I would have to do is share that one scene that I animated the effects for and just be like, look at those effects and you tell me if I've ever done NSFW art. It's like, I had to go through several color choices because I was like, hey, the original color I chose, that does just straight up look like, you know. And they were like, no. It's fine. It's mucus enough. It's fine. It's mucus colored enough. It's fine. Yeah, I post the previews of the spicy art that I make. It's if I ever got comment sections of people being like, you could always do that. It's like, dude, I'm trying. I just want to do some regular schmegular SFW animation too. I don't think you guys would be able to handle what I do if I animated the spicy stuff. Anyways, October is going to be a fun month. Yeah, it's that is literally the biggest thing is I have scheduled in doing spicy art every once in a while for the sole reason of this really helps my art. One of the biggest pieces of art advice that everyone thinks is a joke, but is actually the most accurate bit of advice you could ever get, is drawing NSFW art will highly improve your art skills. Your anatomy is about to get so much better. Your understanding of perspective is going to get so much better. Yeah, everyone should draw. If anyone is trying to get better at anatomy, at perspective, anything like that, draw spice. I'm being so real. I'm not doing a funny haha. I'm being so fucking serious. Yeah, you guys are gonna see me literally, because you guys are seeing like my older art when Skyfell comes out. I have a page. I'm so tempted to show you guys. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring you guys back here for a second. And I'm gonna pull up a page just to show you guys. I mean, you guys saw me saw me working on this during stream, the line art. But this is where my coloring is at now. Okay? This is what my environmental looks like now. And I'm gonna wait because I see ads are running. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Ads are still going. I want to wait for people to come back. Hold on. And okay, ads should be done. But yes. This page in particular, very much I cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I can't show you much else because there's dialogue down there. But like, I'm getting a lot better at doing backgrounds and stuff like that, and that is entirely because of I'm working on a comic now. Where? No, I'd have to open up the actual file for that. Trying to see where I can fucking... There's so many things that are just spoilers. Yeah, you know what? You know what? You guys get to see this. But like this, the lighting on this is tasty. I've definitely been improving. And that is entirely because like I'm practicing new things, and it's really important to practice these sort of things. Also, yeah, I don't give a shit. Please look at this tiny little Issa over here. I love it. But yeah, it's good stuff. You should always practice drawing things that you're not used to, or have not done. You're gonna hate it every step of the way up until when it's done, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, wait, actually, this looks really good." But yeah, it's important to draw things that are out of your... That fuck-ass tree study may have given you hell, but it worked. Exactly! I did, like, a solid 3 days of just trying to draw trees just so I could get this forest to look how I wanted it to. And it was a process, but it turned out good in the end. Some of those later pages look even better. Actually, can I show? Yeah, hold on. I can show one panel in particular. I do have to get rid of the dialogue for this one, so give me 2 seconds. I have to actually open up this page. Because, this is an incredibly spoiler page, and I have to be very, very careful. Yeah, fuck it. You guys get to see a little more. But like, these shadows, I really can't scale any higher because you're gonna see spoilers. But I have definitely popped off on my backgrounds and my lighting, and shit good. You got to see spoilers. Shh. An issue of drawing the hard things, but it still hasn't clicked. Yeah. I'm drawing Sheriff's hat for 3 years now, and I have 3D model of a cowboy's hat and everything. Listen, Stetsons are just difficult to draw, all right? An advocation for drawing spicy art. It helped me a ton when it comes to drawing bodies fluidly as well as facial expressions. Overall, it helped my art look less stiff. But if you don't want to draw spicy, go draw superheroes. It's pretty much the same. I absolutely agree. Those fucking morph suits that they wear, it's great. All right, we have a Martyn in thy little wood.
this really his, like, main skin? Hold on. Yeah, no, he's updated his skin since this one. Hold on. Please hold. Yeah, it's this one. It's a little nicely, a little nicer, and rendered a little more. This one down here. Yeah. Exactly, Raps. You gotta. Nope. Gonna close that so I don't accidentally open anything. This one, and I need Cleo. Cleo. What? Oh, it was just a fan-made skin. Okay, I was like, excuse me? Trying to get the blue of her sweater. I'm gonna use that as the base color. Yeah, just like Tumblr blue. Nope. There we go. All in all, not a terrible silhouette. Still a little bit, like blobby, but like, you know, better than nothing. All right. We have a Martyn. I mean, you might. Who knows? Oh. Boop. There we go. Okay, so this is the shattered glass. I don't need to worry about this just yet. All I need to do currently is just figure out Martyn's. Making a color? Wow. Listen, Tumblr blue, the original Tumblr blue, that shit was such a nice shade of blue. And then they tried to change it and everyone hated that. I'm just happy that now they have like a dark mode, like a total dark mode. That shit's nice. Those are certainly a set of words next to each other. Gian. Voluntary exile drawing I did was my popular drawings of Sky. Oh, yeah. Listen. As someone who, I mean, listen, all of its spreads, it was very much grabbing the attention of the Green girlies. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Green girlies TM are absolute feral little gremlins and will eat up anything that has their favorite little British white man on it. I guess I had to allow that because it had to allow the word cunt. Yeah, because that is usually on the absolutely do not allow to say, but the social zeitgeist has definitely started shifting in a way that, like, saying cunt in the way of, like, yeah, because now it's definitely still used in a derogatory way, but now it's also a way of saying someone is looking amazing, right? Plus in the UK and us, yeah, it's definitely less rude. Exactly. It's just part of the automatic Twitch list of words to not really allow. Because most of the time, when it's used on Twitch, it is used to be incredibly insulting. Yeah. It's Molly's favorite word. It's my favorite word, too. But yeah, it's difficult right now on online spaces of just like, what are acceptable words? And it's like, why are we in this fucking dystopia right now? All right, now, gang. For Limited Life Martyn, this is going to look funny, but you're just gonna have to live with it, all right? I'm gonna be doing just this. Oh my god, that sneeze. Oh, those sneezes hurt. Oh fuck, my ribs. Ow. Okay.
Ogie, you're forgetting one
Oh,
very important
thank
thing
you.
here. What's that? I don't know, but you're definitely forgetting it.
Okay. I have to not talk for a few seconds. This is everyone's reminder to breathe. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry I had to cast manual breathing, but also I've been very sneezy lately, and I don't like my ribs being jostled when I have to sneeze. I'm very excited to get this art out of my system because that means I get to do other fan art, and I'm very excited for other fan art. It is ragweed. I'm not allergic to ragweed. I'm not allergic to pollens. I've just been sneezy because my schnoz is easily irritated, but it's not any allergies. That's the most annoying thing. Just my sneezes when I do sneeze are violent. I mean, my darling, you know this about me. My sneezes aren't as dangerous as Zach's, I will say. But I mean, you could go home early. Go get some Dinor. Hi, Ursa. Okay. I'm no longer lightheaded. I can continue to talk as normal now. But yeah, that's I think one of the most annoying things. I am most likely asthmatic. I mean, I've been diagnosed by chat as asthmatic because apparently having a coughing fit every time you start laughing a little too hard is most likely asthma. I have not gotten any sort of diagnosis from any official source though, so this is just diagnosed by chat for now. I have other medical things I need to worry about before being diagnosed as asthmatic. I have other life-saving medicines that I need before that. Catnip, you better not be overworking yourself. Why else would you need to be put in a shoebox? Okay. Alright. That's that for this Martyn. Because I don't need to do anything behind that. Because that's just hidden. Yeah. Alright. Line art, line art, line art. Oh. You know what I haven't gotten to talk about yet? Claire Obscure.
This fucking game. I have been fucking hate crimed by this fucking game. I've played 10 hours, almost 11, of Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And I have been fucking hate crimed. Absolutely brutal. I just got to Act 2. I now understand why everyone was just like, oh, wait until you get to Act 2. And then you'll understand why this is so sad. And it's like, what? I got there. What the fuck, guys? Like, listen. I know that, like, it's an indie production, and therefore they get to really do whatever they want. They should not have been allowed to do that. I don't think that should have been allowed. Go to sleep, Catnip. Jeez Louise, it is late over there. Yeah, at least rest. And no, watching stream is not restful. But yeah, Claire Obscure is, I think one of the most beautiful games I have ever had the pleasure of playing. I'm not finished, so if I see any spoilers in chat, I'm telling my mods right now, if anyone puts spoilers for Claire Obscure in chat, time them out for 2 days. But it is a very, very good game. I have recorded my first 4 hours of playing the game for people to watch if they want to. I considered streaming it, but I was like, no, I want to just enjoy this game. And that was a very good idea. That was a very, very good idea. I enjoyed it far more when I didn't feel like I had to entertain people and really just sit there with the story. And the story is Emil's terrible, not good, very bad, terrible day. Yeah, I put it, I think that's what I'll do for like a few, anytime I want to stream a game, I think that's what I might end up doing is just recording. I don't want to make like a channel. I don't want to upload it to the main YouTube channel either. I think that's silly to do. However, I do think that, well, it's not even think. I know there are some people that want to watch my reactions to certain games, but playing on stream, there's only certain games I'll do that. At this point, I know now enough about myself when it comes to streaming of like, yeah, what am I actually going to enjoy doing on stream? And for something like Claire Obscure, I definitely need to play this on my own. Though I do genuinely wish that I had recorded my reaction when I got to the end of Act 1 and onto Act 2. I do wish I had that recorded. Why are you frozen? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hit save. Also, SKA is there. SKA is definitely there. Yeah. It is also very funny, too, because Ronnie wants to play it, which means I can't say shit about what's going on to her as I get there. She just hears me gasping from across the room. and is just like, you having fun? And I'm like, shut up. I can't tell you shit. And if you keep asking, I'll tell you. But yeah. I have been having a lot of fun with it. This is one of those games where it's like, it is a little bit tempting to do 2 playthroughs of it for the sole reason of I'm currently playing through on like easy mode, on story mode. And I definitely want to try playing at a higher difficulty sometime later, but right now is just this is just Fox enjoys the plot time, you know? Not Fox locks in on making the most efficient builds for each of the characters, makes the teenager a nuke, you know? But yeah, very, very good game. The soundtrack is amazing. The visuals are fucking stunning. I need the art book of this game on my desk yesterday. They really said, yeah, we used Unreal Engine. Isn't it nice? And the answer is yes. Ooh. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't give a shit of whether it's in English or French. I don't give a shit if that art book is in English or French. Motherfucking gnats. I get it. I think maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, it really is that thing of like, for art books, there's only a few times where I'll be like, yes, I want to read what is written here, and that is really only when it comes to things like instructional books. So like anatomy books and like painting books and stuff like that. That's when I'll read it. But for art books, nope. I'm here to look at pretty things and observe with my eyes and learn what I can, and that is it. That is all. Yeah, I've seen a couple of the FromSoft books. In the college I went to had a comic book store / art book store across the street from the main campus. And oh boy, did I spend easily $2,000 to $3,000 over the 4 years of college, all in that one store. And then they opened up a bubble tea place next to it. Okay. We're getting there. Like, I know that I have an entire character who his visual theme is like glass and
Ogie, you're forgetting one
stained
very
glass.
important thing
Thank
here.
you for the save.
I don't know, but you're definitely forgetting it.
I have a character who his like main visual theme is like broken glass and crystals and things like that. So you'd think that means that maybe I'm sort of good at drawing that sort of shit. You'd be wrong. Horribly and stunningly wrong. Hell yeah. Yeah. What else do I have to talk about? I don't wanna say too much Claire Obscure stuff, just because the second I do, the more I will be tempted to end stream early and go play Claire Obscure. I wanna actually finish this art piece. And that will not happen if I go and play Claire Obscure right now. I have had to block the tag from Tumblr because I've recently, one of my mutuals on Tumblr has started posting or, reblogging Claire Obscure stuff, gifts, like gift sets and fan art, and I'm just like, I shouldn't be looking at this. These are just spoilers, and I really don't want to be spoiled for this game.
Yippee.
Even though I've seen, oh my goodness, what? Will be. Thank you so much for the resub. 14 months. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. That's nuts. Breathing. All right. Texturing. The rest down here is just going to be these larger bits. Okay, wait. Just cause Cleo's in the corner of the canvas, just sort of staring at me. One of the funniest bits from this season was just Cleo going up to Impulse and being like, "Can you stop playing secret girlfriend to everyone? Why does this happen every single season with you?" And I do just love, like, listen, sometimes the best loyalty is loyalty to no one. At very least it makes interesting plot. And it's very entertaining. I didn't actually watch Impulse's POV this season. I usually pop in every once in a while, but I didn't actually watch his POV. I watched Ren and Tango, so like I got at least the gluten guys general POV, but never Impulses.
Watch your posture.
Oh,
Keep those glutes tucked in.
thank you. Shrimp is bugs. But I'm pretty sure they are also a type of crustacean because they have a little exoskeleton and stuff. Yeah, I think this is gonna look nice. And then this. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're going to change all of this line art to be there we go. To be white. First things first. Because then it's a lot easier to imagine it as glass, right? And then nope, that's the wrong color. There we go. Now we can see the difference still. Gonna do same method I always do. Thank you for the drink reminder. Everyone take a sip of something hydrating. Oh, I know what the other thing I wanted to talk about. But we'll talk about it in a moment. So yeah. Essentially, I'm going to create kind of a clipping mask with the other Martyn. And hope it looks good. Because that's all I can do. Ooh, yes. Okay. Good shapes. Happy about good shapes. And then... Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That was the vibe. That was the idea. All right. I might get rid of this one shard. I want there to be more gaps, more substantial gaps. Okay. 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 Hold up. We're gonna get rid of this chunk. Just have that be completely open. Yeah. Kind of like that. I think that looks good. Get rid of this so it doesn't mess with that silhouette too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks a lot better already. All right, cool. That's that. Let's do some flat colors. Let's use this. Actually, let's use that. Yes. Yes, it's all coming together, chat. Okay. Okay. Don't do that. There we go. All right. Such a green, you know? Kind of wonder if Martyn is maybe slightly colorblind. Wouldn't be the first big creator who's like, yeah, I do all these like cool things and all these cool builds and art and stuff. Also, I'm completely colorblind. Like Flip, he's completely colorblind, and his builds are spectacular. Yeah, there's something I see with some artists who might not realize that they're colorblind is they'll have one color in their art that is always super saturated, but like super saturated, and it doesn't work in the rest of the drawing. And then like a little bit later, hello. A little bit later, yep. Yeah, is that me? Are you being sneaky, Demi? Hello, hello. Yeah, Bibby, are you at the door? It's unlocked. Stuck at work. Okay. Everyone hydrate. Poking in to say hi. Hi.
Watch your posture. Keep those glutes
You're
tucked
so
in.
eepy. I mean, yeah.
Ogie, you're forgetting one very important thing here.
What's that?
I don't know, but you're definitely forgetting it.
All right. I'm saving. Save me. I mean, you can just come home. You know me. I'm gonna enable. How's the food smell? I mean, it's kind of a background smell, so haven't really noticed it. Come on. Why now?
One of my finger joints is being a little bitch right now. I'm gonna head out. Yeah, no worries. Love it, Bubby. Don't kill anyone at work, even though people are being stupid. Thank you. You just woke up, Demi? Oh my goodness. Good morning. Well, I don't know what time zone you're in, so regardless, good morning. Sometimes it's just like that, all right? We can't always have like early starts or whatever. Sometimes you need to wake up at 3 in the afternoon. Sometimes even 4 in the afternoon. And that's okay. No one is gonna judge you here. Not even me. I will, however, judge you if you have been awake for a while and you haven't been stretching or drinking water or eating or taking care of yourself in general. Then I will be upset. You should fix that. Go now. Go, my scarab. Whatever, go, my scarab. Unfortunately, that phrase has become a part of my vernacular. And that is entirely What's Up, I'm E's fault. It is very, very silly. But it's great at the same time. All right. That's it for this Martyn. Well, I mean, hold on. We got it. Yep. There we go. I am very tempted to keep this Martyn red, but I might just do it monochrome, you know? Hi, Wild. Welcome back. You just missed Ronnie. Yeah. Just missed, too. Yeah, because I could color. I could. It is very possible. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna color. And then I'm going to gradient map it. I actually have a gradient map in mind that might work really well for this. Yeah, I'll fiddle around with it.
Okay, you're forgetting one very important thing.
I just
What's that? I don't know, but
saved.
you're definitely forgetting it.
Thank you. Oop, dip, dip, dip. There we go. Not what I meant. No! Yeah, son of a bitch. Excuse me. Oh, I just zoomed in. Whoops.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes, good. And we're gonna make this into a gradient map. And there is one. I just can't remember which folder I have it in. Is it this one? No. There's one that's like a really vibrant. Ah, there it is. This is the one I was thinking of. It's not much of a difference, but it's like it's enough of a difference. Welcome back from dinnering. All right. Now, background obviously has to be black. Duh. Of course. Now the glass. Okay. First thing, let's duplicate this. We have a version to futz around with. And I have a little bit of a scratchy texture on glass. It just helps it look more glass-like, especially when it's broken.
Ogie, you're forgetting one very important thing here.
What's that?
Yes,
but
I
you're definitely
just
forgetting.
saved! Ah! Goodness. Do I need to put that on a... Yes, D, I know it's you. Do I need to put that on a cooldown? God damn. Ooh. That looks cool. Color dodge, yeah. Ooh. What? Wait a sec. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's very fun. Hold up. That's kind of cool. There we go. I want that silhouette. There we go. Yeah, that looks sick. Wait, that actually looks sick. It is a bit harsh with the lines. That's my only issue with it. Because it is hard mix. Ha 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 ha. I might just go with linear light just to keep some of it, but... Oop, nope, nope, nope. Duplicate, not delete. Okay, good. Colors do show up. Ooh, actually, that was a very nice gradient. Now, water stuff is usually purple, so obviously we gotta make her purple. That's a funky effect. I did not expect to have a funky effect like this. Huh. Interesting. I don't want it to be like totally gray in the center, but something maybe like this. Yeah, something like this. We're getting there. We're getting there. I want everything to have a slight purple tint, but only slight. Yeah, something like that. Now, I got rid of most overlapping glass, but not all. So there's definitely some that I want to emphasize.
Hello there.
Hello there, Cam. Hello. Hello Raiders.
Hello.
Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm currently drawing Martin in Thy Little Woods. Specifically because of past life, and he did. Oh no ads. No. Dang it. I apologize for the people just rating in who are getting ads. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for rating in. I'm gonna wait until ads are gone, which should only be a second. Okay, don't think raiders will get ads for a few minutes? Okay, I hope so. I hope so, because I've had that before where I've rated somewhere and then it's just, oh, well, guess I can't watch this person because it's 3 minutes of ads, which has been nuts. But who knows? Twitch is weird. But yeah, I'm currently working on some Martin in the Littlewood art. So hey, if no ads, heck yeah. But hi, I'm Foxology. I am an artist who streams. I do comics, and I'm sorry, brain is mush today. My ribs are currently a bit of a mess, so talking is a little bit difficult at times because when your ribs decide to pop inwards instead of outwards,
it affects your breathing capacity. But yeah. Welcome in, everyone. I hope everyone had a good time over with Cam. I was lurking there for the beginning of their stream. It was a great time, but I hope the rest of the stream was good for you as well. Much Katamari was had. I'm so glad you continued with Katamari. Yeah, Katamari is such a genuinely fun game that I wish I could play. And it's not really for like any real reason of just like, no, and I can't play it because of XYZ. It's like, no, I just don't have the system for it. And that's the end of that list. But it's also just one of those games that's like, no, I just want to sit back and watch people play it. So it's always nice when Cam has a Katamari stream. But yeah, we're currently getting close to finishing touches on this one piece of art. And if you like this art, consider giving me a follow, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I do all sorts of art here. If you like comics, if you're an enjoyer of Dungeons and Dragons, my comic Skyfell is very much inspired by Dungeons and Dragons and TTRPG fantasy campaigns, including a bunch of queer little guys that you can fall in love with and throw at the wall when you get frustrated with them. No, is that just something I do? Just me? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's a good time, and I love them a lot. And there's new pages coming out every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We just had a new page come out yesterday.
Keep those glutes tucked in.
Nobody shrimp. No shrimps allowed. I apologize, but no shrimping is allowed. Oh my god, my blanket almost fell. Oh god, breathing. But yeah, so just feel free to chill, hang out. If you've been on Twitch for a while, please go rest. Go take care of your body, all right? But I really do appreciate the raid. What am I doing? Duplicate. Drawing is cool. You're so right. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I stream art primarily. There are those incredibly rare occasions where I will stream something else, but most of the time it's just art. Sometimes I work on my comic. I have Fan Art Fridays, which is for whenever I feel like doing fan art. I'm currently doing a week of fan art, so today and Friday is going to be fan art. I was going to stream on Monday, but then I finished working on chapter 5 of Skyfell, and I was just like, no, I gotta finish this. And then I was going to stream yesterday, but I instead played Clair Obscure for the first time. Expedition 33 is eating my brain, and I will be doing fan art about it. I fear I must. But yeah, so if you like Life series, Hermitcraft, or if you like Date Everything and other things, I suddenly can't remember a single piece of media I like. I hate that. I hate when that happens. But yeah, consider sticking around and having some fun. Blah 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 blah. I want to try something with the glass. Motion blur. Only one of the directions. Oop, nope, that's strength, not angle. Whoops. There we go. Maybe. Ooh, actually some of those streaks are nice. Yeah, I could do that with a bit of tweaking. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. Where'd it go? Hold on. That's fine. We grab this and nope, that's the silly way of doing it. There we go. Invert and which one is this? There we go. So now it just has that like slight bit of directional streaking, just to give it a little bit of something, a little something, a little bit of flavor, if you will. There we go, that one. Yeah, just on some like choice parts to give it a little more of a glassish feel. And then there's this, which is entirely just me being silly. And me liking glowing lines. Oh, thank you. Thank you for... Wait. I lost door... Rid... God, what? That is such a username. Oh my goodness. You can make bubbles. That one TikTok of like, here's an easy way of making bubbles, and it's just for Photoshop users, and it's like, All right. Okay, glass and reflection, good-ish. I have to fix that, actually. But the rest is looking correct. Nice and correct. All right. Yeah, because this is a part of Martyn's, like, fracture lore and stuff like that, so I'm going to... I just wanted to do a little fun thing for that. Nope, 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 nope. Really? How is... What if I just put this... Ooh, wait, actually, that's kind of nice. I like that. That's a funky little, like, streak. I like that, actually. I like it, Picasso. Like this. Double layer it. Yeah. Like it's catching the light. I like that, actually. Blah. I like doing blah on my art. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I like that. Alright, now on Martyn, I am actually going to do some proper shading on. So, that, and I haven't actually done shading like this in a bit. For Skyfell stuff, I have changed up how I do shading, and it's actually been really nice. It's turned out real good so far. And it's funny, it's kind of funny going back to what I used to do now. Yeah, I want there to be a little bit of this like reflective light on his hair and on his shoulders from like the glass and stuff like that, which will be done also just a lot more with the other like coloring layers, but you know, first things first. And then at the front of his face is going to be the reflective light from that. I think that's going to look cool. Post-dinner nap? Hell yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, that is not actually the correct color. Ah, there we go. Now the real question is, do I make the light behind him brighter than the light of the fragment? Genuinely can't decide which one would look better. Okay. Probably coming from here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this looks fine. Yeah. Some like this. I think something like that's fun. And then the hair will definitely help. I mean, honey, if you want to take your little freak nap, go and take your little freak nap. I appreciate wanting to watch, but you know VODs exist for a reason. It's okay. You're gonna see the end result real soon. I'm also, like, let's be honest. You see where I'm at in the art. I don't tend to go much further than this. Do a little bit of lighting on it, and we'll be calling it done real soon. Ooh, nope, nope, nope. There we go. Thank you, hun. Have a good freak nap. Who knows? I might still be live by the time you wake up. I mean, knowing our luck, it's gonna be you wake up just as I'm wrapping up stream and getting ready to raid out. Let's see that. Yeah, okay, okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of face structure in here. Yeah. I think having the glass as like a softer reflective light to the sharp light of the fragment, I think that could end up looking really nice. Okay. Real question is, where else would this shard light reflect on? Probably a little bit on the legs. I need to do more experiments and studies on how light, sort of like held light, looks on
clothing and on bodies and stuff like that. All right. I think that's good for shading layer. You know when you like scratch your arm or something and it scratches a little too much and it's just the ow. Rude. Oh, right. I have to talk. This is what always happens when I get to the like lighting and coloring stages is just and now no more talking. Now is the lock-in time, right? I really do love lighting and stuff, so I always want to make it look as good as it can be, you know? Because I am still learning how to do lighting. This shit confuses me frequently. But it's honestly it's become one of my favorite parts of a piece, which is very much why Skyfell is, I mean, as of chapter 5, you guys will see. you guys will see exactly what I mean when I say I very much haven't enjoyed doing lighting. Oh, wait. I didn't. I just wanted to. Ooh, yeah, actually, you know?
It wasn't the thing I was going for, but I like it. We'll make it like bluish. Ooh, you know what? We'll make it bluish, but in the center it's kind of greenish. Kind of like that. And the edges will be like a richer blue. Yeah, actually, I like that. I like that a lot. Nope, nope. Don't do that. There we go. Yeah, okay. We're cooking. We're definitely cooking. And we don't want the purple to be super overwhelming because it's supposed to be the nice blue that is more capturing. Now, for lore, I'm wondering if it should be green, but I don't think it'll look as nice. Yeah, I don't think it'll look as nice. Okay. I don't know why my brain is currently just supplying... Okay. So, Dragon Age, the Veil Guard, right? You got one of the characters, Lucanus, who is possessed by a spirit, a demon, technically, of spite. And there's this one place in the game where you can go and just have a bunch of fights, like it's a fight pit, right? And every time, the first time you go in with one of the companions, it'll choose one of the companions you have and give them, like, it has like an introduction for like the faction leader to say. And I don't know why I just was thinking about the one for Lucanus is genuinely hilarious because it's just the introducing the incredible and deadly spirit of determination, spite, and also his human companion Lucanus. why I am thinking of that right now, but that shit genuinely tickled me. That game had a lot of flaws, but I think at very least some of the banter, I gotta be very, very, some of the banter was fun. They had their good moments. Oh, yeah, you know, here is my question to you, chat. What is that one piece of media that you think and know in your heart of hearts is absolute trash? However, it has those few little gems in it that it's the, hey, I'm never going to recommend you watch the show. I will, however, give you like a 20-minute compilation of all of the good little nuggets that came from it. Shows like that, I think, are delightful. Shows, media, it's usually shows though. Sometimes it's video games, like Dragon Age, Veilguard specifically. The other Veilguard games, the other Dragon Age games are great. But yeah, Veilguard has its problems. It just doesn't feel like a Dragon Age game. It's a good game, I guess. Not a good Dragon Age game though. But yeah, there's those like little nuggets. Like, I will never, ever, ever tell you to watch Supernatural. Ever. However, I will still send you little compilation videos by season of the best moments, right? Hey, let's play with the fun things and the good things and then roast the shit out of the weird bad choices. Exactly. I think it's very good to have those little pieces of media in your life. For the sole reason too of, okay, I'm going back on my fandom rant. Media literacy is in the toilet right now. And I think it is very good to have bad media still be a part of cultural zeitgeist for the reason though of being able to critique it. And for the like, hey, so like, why didn't this work? You know? I don't believe on blindly dunking on things of just, this is a popular thing and therefore it's bad. No, shut up. Go to therapy. However, there's definitely something to be said of like, yeah, this piece of media has a lot of flaws. It's also fun to watch. Things like that, you know? Now, I know this is going to be shocking to anyone who has watched me for a while, but this is exactly how I view any sort of Vivzy Pop creation. Yes, exactly, Demi. It's, you actually get to think about and criticize things. That's the thing. It's the, I have my personal issues with like how Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel and whatever other projects she comes up with. I have problems with how things are run and the logistics and how things are written, the designs, etc., etc. But it's also, it's the thing of, it's important to be able to engage with this without writing it off. Because I hate when people say, oh, this thing is bad, and then don't follow up with why. Because far too much of culture these days has just been turned into either people saying thing is bad and I will not explain why, or thing is bad and it's for completely puritanical reasons. And that shit sucks. It's the gosh. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. To no end, honestly. I think it's important to be able to engage with media you don't enjoy, but not out of a place of malice. Actually try with the green. Oh, yeah, that actually kind of works. Yeah, it's that thing of I don't believe in salting the earth when it comes to media. It's are there instances where it's just hey, that wasn't great? Oh, you know what? I will give you a personal example to something unrelated to basically anything. There is this show. It is an anime. It is called My Dress Up Darling. It's been gaining a lot of popularity, which is super great because it is such a lovely little anime and manga series. But it has its problems. It thoroughly has its own problems. But yeah, I feel like I'm sort of dancing around three different thesis statement points of just it's okay to engage in media you don't enjoy if you're engaging it critically. It's really important to engage in media you do like critically as well. And also, you can enjoy media you know is shit just for the sake of enjoying it. You know? The song is so fucking depressing. Wait, this is my playlist now. Which means I get to delete music from it. Oh my gosh. Because it's on Deezer, not on Spotify, where Phil controls it. Haha. Move. Yes. Excellent. All of the Boston Has Been are bad because the way the project management is run. Yeah. Disregard for the women in them, the show runtime. I'm sure there's fucky shit with character design as well, but the shows also have pretty interesting points to make. Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's a lot of the time, it's when you're looking at some forms of media, a lot of indie projects have this sort of thing where it's there's a lot of personal politics from the creator that goes into it, and sometimes it's yeah, totally, and then other times it's ooh, you said that. You said that with your chest. Hell yeah. You speak your truth. I'm gonna leave. But, you know, ultimately, am I going to think genuinely less of someone who, like, enjoys things that I don't? No, I'm an adult. I have taxes to pay. There's a very simple solution to when people are consuming media and interacting with it in ways that I don't like. You know what that is? It's like the best thing ever. It's called the block button. And I think more people should really learn how to use it. Because I feel like many problems in the world would be solved if people just used the fucking block button. And I do, very liberally. And it's been the best thing ever. Oh yeah. Okay, we don't count Harry Potter when we're talking about media that it just doesn't matter if you're consuming or not because it's whatever. It's just media. If a piece of media is actively affecting the real world, and I mean actually affecting the real world, not the way that a lot of chronically online children will say things affect the real world. I'm talking the funds that this media makes is going to actively fund things to hurt people. Shit like Harry Potter. That's its own category. But that's the issue, is a lot of people think that a lot of things that are depicted in media almost hold the same weight as like what's happening with J.K. Rowling. And that shit is baffling to me. Anyways, all that to say, I think we're done here. But yeah, it really is just a thing of, hey man, there's a healthy way of interacting with media. And I think it's very important that every person learns how to do that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's only now are people actually becoming aware of these things? It's going to take time. It is going to take some time, unfortunately. What if I make it like a little green for the thing? Your elemental power is green. Yeah, just a little bit, just a hint. Actually, my monitors are really dark. Let's make this a little more obvious. Yeah. Just like that. I think that's nice. All right, hold on. Hold on. Just doing a little more emphasis like that. There we go. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, we're doodling. All right. We'll have a nice little cooldown doodle then for end of stream. But yay, we did it. We did it. I do want to put a little bit of texture behind here. Just something, you know, something to break up the total black. Thank you, Demi. Yeah, I want to put some texture. Hold on. I have many textures. Let's take a monochromatic pattern. What do you got for me? I have so much Art Deco stuff. Wow, I wonder why I have so much Art Deco stuff. Looks around the stream. Yeah, basically all the patterns I have are just Art Deco. This, nah. That, okay, wait. Actually, that does look kind of good. Hold on. Don't want it to be too big. But we could, in theory, also put the, yeah, like that. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now we just gotta put my signature and a filter on it and we'll call it done. And then we'll do our little doodle. There we go. And where's my signature filter? There you are. Bloop. I'm gonna put it like right here. Yeah, there we go. I want my signature to be obvious. All right. Oh, should it be here or should it be like here? Go back. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I like that. It sort of fits with the patterns of the broken glass too. All right. There we go. It's done. We hit save and we do new canvas. Yes.
Shredded glass on his shoulder. It makes me think of fairy wings. Yeah, a little bit. Looks like scratched into the grass. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Let's roll a d6 real quick. All right. Who's that? Oh, that's... So we're drawing Damien. What are we drawing Damien with? Many things to draw with him. No, his pages haven't come out yet. Oh my gosh. I don't realize just how big my backlog is sometimes. And then I'm like a chapter ahead and it's just the like, oh, you guys haven't even gotten the Damien introduction yet. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. We're gonna do a little. Oh, hello. Likely spam. All right. I love getting phone calls from likely spam. We're gonna have Damien waiting for his introduction. Spam likely mirror image, exactly. Don't believe anything you hear or see. You've been called by spam likely. Or scam likely. I still need to get through Dungeons and Daddies. I finished Fantasy High sophomore year, which was difficult to get through because the format was a bit rough. The audio mixing was a bit rough on some of those episodes. But I'm finished with that now, which means I can move on to junior year. And I know that's the season with some even more fuck shit, and I'm real excited. I'm so excited for you guys to get Damien's proper introduction, because you've seen him now already. You've had one page of him. Oh no. Oh, wait. Hold up. I'm gonna have him holding his staff instead. Oh god, do I remember how to draw a staff? Hold on. Something like this. Hold on. Something like that. Oh wait, no. I remember now. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. Actually, that doesn't look as nice. We're just gonna have hand on hip. There we go. We have an impatient Damien waiting to get into the plot already. He's gonna show up for a handful of pages and then not be brought up again for another, like, 3 chapters. Alright. So there we go. Gotta include the fingers. There we go. Yay. The gang. I think that's where I'm gonna call it. What day is it? Oh my god, it's September! That's gross. When did it become September? Alright. But yay, we did it! We did it! Oh my god. Oh my god, breathing! Alright. Gang, thank you so much. This has been a lovely stream. Thank you, Cam, earlier for raiding in. And let's see who is live. Oh, Cleo's live again. Let's send you guys over to, you know, I'm gonna send you guys over to Shan, because they're doing art right now. And I've never raided to them before. And Wild is a big enjoyer of Shan, so we're gonna go raid to them because they're doing art as well. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I will see you on Friday, so long as my ribs don't try and kill me even more. And yeah, I will see you all later. Okay. Bye, guys!